With the most recent 2.8 livestream, Wuthering Waves are seeing an update that will introduce a new map, and the hype is certainly high with the drip marketed Chisa being incredibly cool and hecka pretty. And today I'll be bringing you through all the new updates and what to expect with the coming version. And I'd love to know what you think about the update too. Feel free to let me know below. Before we start with anything else, these are the redeem codes. Go ahead and grab them. It's free rewards for you. With all that said, let's jump right in. We're first shown the starting part of the new story where a rift to an unknown sonorosphere appears with the Black Shores' investigation. This will ultimately lead you to the new map where you'll be introduced with Chisa. We are shown a very cool version trailer that showed us the world setting and the characters that will be involved with your upcoming adventure. The world's setting is a post-apocalyptic city that are filled with phantoms, which are previously alive but is now stuck in an infinite time loop of resets. The world features a beautiful city scenery with a mix of nature, and dancing in between is a normal high school girl that aims to sever the unstableness in the space. Holding a scissor-like weapon, we got to see her slash about enemies, and what can I say? The whole aesthetic is very interesting. You just see a girl in a school uniform among this mysterious city slashing at enemies with a massive scissor alone, and I find that pretty curious. Of course, we also see Buling that will also be playing a part in this story as well, just like she has aided us before in the storyline. We also got to see some familiar faces like Shorekeeper and Camellia in the coming version, along with what looks to be the end of the world. Like everything's being destroyed in the trailer. It looks to be a pretty violent story to come, but hey, at least the characters involved are really pretty. The city's name is Honami City, and it will be the place where Rover will continue on the main quest on November 20th's update. We are shown some sneak peeks of the story as well, where Rover will be threatening the city along with Chisa. And yup, betcha Rover is getting a new girlfriend for this one. We are shown that Chisa has a unique ability to cut through space, which allows her to make a certain cafe a safe space, and that is where Rover will treat as a main base in the new map. Seems like Chisa is insanely OP with that ability, and yup, it's interesting to see how Rover would interact with her. We're also introduced with Honami City's Guardian, which is this capybara-looking creature named Namipod. It will apparently be very involved in the story as well, where it is treated as a city mascot and will be involved with both the Rover and Chisa. On a rather random note, there are different forms of Namipod that plays different roles in Honami City, but yep, it seems like we'll be dealing with another familiar type of character in the version. Moving up next is finally the new characters. We're introduced with Chisa that will be available for pulling on the first phase of the version. She is said to have exceptional learning abilities. She looks like an airhead and is kind and gentle. She apparently found herself in this place accidentally, or at least that's what is mentioned in the livestream, and yeah, she kind of just decided to adapt and kick ass based on what's mentioned. I find that hilarious, and it's just cool as heck, I guess. She's just decided to chew bubblegum and kick everyone's ass. She also comes from a tailor family, which explains the whole scissor thing she got going on. She is of the Havoc attribute and a broad blade user. We're shown parts of her combat too, where it involves using her scissors to attack enemies very swiftly. As you reach certain conditions, you can turn the scissor into a chainsaw instead, which based on the live stream, they mentioned it as a high damage chainsaw, so perhaps she's a damage dealer. Her skill calls upon a huge red scissor and slashes at enemies within range, marking them with a unique mark. Enemies with this mark will have different effects applied to them based on what attacks Chisa performs, one of which is a pulling effect that allows her to get closer for attacks. When you do max your forte and perform this skill, you'll transform your scissor into a chainsaw, which looks to be a very straightforward playstyle. Her ult is a very cool slash, swift and simple though. It attacks the enemy while healing allies at the same time. Given they did not mention it as only healing Chisa herself, it looks like Chisa may be a supportive character after all, although her kit really does suggest a main DPS, since you should be standing on field, turning your weapon into a chainsaw and dealing more damage as you stand on field. But well, you can look at least to know more, but for what's official, we don't know enough yet to know what she does. And yep, that is all for Chisa. Given her aesthetics, I think I'll definitely be grabbing her, but we'll have to wait and see what teams she fits into, especially since there's no new 5-stars in the second phase that could easily imply that she'll fit in with the next new character in the same version, much like how Chuyuan is for Galbretta. Moving on from Chisa, we see the whimsical 4-star Buling. Her entire vibe is energetic and funny. We already see her appear in the story before, and we can finally play her now. She wears a special headphone, given she has sensitive ears that can pick up frequencies that normal people can't. As for her details, she's an electro element rectifier user. Her forte is named Divine Healing, which does hint towards a more supportive kit or healing kit. Her attacks mix up multiple tools like the talismans and other thingamajigs that she pulls off, and her playstyle will revolve around getting the 2 types of trigrams around her that appears as she performs different attacks. You can hold out to 4 trigrams at once, and consuming 2 trigrams allow her to perform enhanced attacks while gaining forte. The funny part is, if you don't have enough trigrams while performing these attacks, you will be punished instead. It looks like a self-inflicted damage with potentially even self-CC, but I'm telling you, that is actually the case, then she will be really hard to play. You better not mess up, dude. Her skill draws an area and attacks enemies within with lightning, while her ult draws a huge area and it immobilizes and damages enemies within. She's also shown to be sitting down while doing her ultimate, so it makes me curious, right? If you swap out at this moment, would she just be sitting there anyway? That might happen, and it would just be funny to think about. Imagine a boss just dumpster fire attacks, but Buling's just sitting there off field. And that is all we know about Buling in this live stream. We're then shown info on the upcoming banners, where we will see Chisa's banner in phase 1, along with a rerun of Phoebe and some older 4 stars. If you've got a Zani, you might want to think about Phoebe, and well, you still gotta think about Chisa as well. Not the easiest of decisions. On phase 2, we see a rerun of Frolova and Cantarella, along with the 4-star Buling being rated up in both of these banners, plus 2 older 4 stars. We're also shown Zani's new outfit that will be available, and it looks absolutely gorgeous. It features her in a casual wear, where the main idea is Zani finally taking a break, and boy does she know how to dress up for it. Moving on are the events, where we see Stranger Things in Honami. It's a simple investigation event of the new map, given its pretty uncanny setting. As you explore, you'll obtain items and sell them for currencies, where you can spend on purchasing items or upgrading your stats in the event. You can even decorate the cafe that acts as your main base in this event, giving you some nice personalization to it. You can gain various rewards like the usual asteroids and other game resources, and more importantly, a new phantom echo of the false sovereign. You can even get an exclusive avatar and a title. But don't worry though, you can still access this event via the permanent event screen after it ends. On top of that are more events, including Whisper of the Waves that requires you to take pictures, Lolo campaign rising anew where you'll get reward coupons by completing tasks, a new tactical simulacra where you'll face off a boss for rewards, and there's even a new tactical hologram that features the false sovereign. Awesome stuff for combat fans. We also see the classic 7-day login event for free pulls, and a newer mini event, Search for It, Bits of Lahairoi. You search for things with clues every day and get rewarded with the usual asteroids plus more. And that is all for the new event related stuff. We then move on to some QOL updates. The first QOL update that we got is that we can now absorb echoes in an area by just clicking it at once. So no more spamming absorb when you do defeat multiple enemies that drop an echo. Kurel also added easier and more accessible menus and character upgrades, where you can instantly synthesize, claim from a box, or combine materials in the same character upgrade menu. If you run out, you can easily navigate to the required dungeon to farm for the materials you need, all from the same character upgrade screen. There are also guidebook display optimization, where it's now categorized better, and that's about it. Next up is a recommended main echo system, where you can check out popular and recommended main echo that are the best and most used, along with a filter system to aid you in building characters easier. There's also a mute when game is in the background option function for Windows PC now. Don't think I'll be needing that one, but hey, it's good to have. There's also an improvement where you replenish your stamina fully when you do restart a battle. That will help you restart the battle with full resources, making it easier. And yep, there's also a restart button now instead of a cancel button for certain stages, so we can farm easier too. Next off is an announcement of upcoming buffs to some negative statuses in the game, namely Havoc Bane, Fusion Burst, Electro Flare, and Glacial Shave. These are negative statuses that don't really have a main team that utilizes them yet, so it's interesting to see what changes they might bring to them. There's why also a hint that in the future we might be seeing these teams that utilizes these negative effects coming into the next versions. Finally, our graphical and optimization changes, which are more of the nerdy stuff, but overall you get a better view, and more importantly, their performance optimization. Less lag and better graphics, why not? They also mentioned a PS5 Deluxe Collection in the coming year, which, well, let a friend know if they want to pick it up and they have a PS5. And that is pretty much it for this live stream. Do let me know what you think about the live stream. Overall, I do think it's not the most absolute hype live stream of all time, 100%, with the updates being good, but nothing too out of the world, right? I do think since it's trying to introduce you a new story and a new map, I would expect it to like be explosively content filled and exciting. A lot of the focus on the content will likely be in the new map and the new storyline. So I personally find it fine. I would definitely look forward to the new character, especially. I really do like her. Let me know what you think. We'll be posting a lot more about the newer content, newer characters, all that jazz. So yeah, do give me a follow. That'll be all. Take care.